Hi, third graders. I hope you're having a wonderful day so far. Today we are going to go ahead and do 6.1. Now you might be wondering why we did 6.2 and 6.3 before we did 6.1, and the reason is because sometimes as teachers we switch it up a little bit just to make it a little bit more easy for you and just have it make a little bit more sense. So today we're going to do some problem solving. So I would like for you to please get out your big math workbook and turn to page 209. So go ahead and pause the video until you have your big math workbook on page 209 so you can follow along with this video. All right, now that you have your workbook and you're going to follow along just like you would in class, we're going to go ahead and start our lesson. So this week we have been working on chapter 6, which is all about division, and hopefully you kind of made the connection that division is very similar to multiplication. It's just backwards multiplication. So we're going to do this story problem, and it has to do with flowers. Remember, this is on page 209. Stacy has 16 flowers. She puts an equal number of flowers in each of 4 vases. How many flowers does Stacy put in each vase? Use the graphic organizer below to solve the problem. So here is the graphic organizer that we are going to use. Okay, so this is, like I said, a graphic organizer. We're going to use this to solve the problem, and it's going to help us think through the problem just a little bit more. I'm going to go ahead and get a pen instead of a pencil, just so you will be able to see my markings a little bit clearer, a little better. All right, so it says first, read the problem, which we just did. But sometimes it doesn't hurt to read it again. So if you ever need to reread a problem, that's fine, because even as an adult, I have to reread problems in order to solve them sometimes. So it says, I need to find the number of blank Stacy puts in each blank. So we need to find the number of flowers that Stacy puts in each vase. So we are going to write flowers and vase. So I would like for you to make sure that you're doing that. Make sure you are following along. It says, what information do I need to use? Stacy has blank flowers. Well, how many flowers does she have? It says in the problem, decide how many flowers she has. Say it out loud to yourself. If you are thinking 16, you are correct. It says that she has 16 flowers right up here in the first sentence of the problem. So she has 16 flowers. She puts an equal number of flowers in each of blank vases. So how many vases does she have? It says 4 vases right here, right? So she has 4 vases. All right, so next step is, how will I use this information? I will act out the problem by making equal blank with counters. We're going to be making equal groups. Okay, so we're going to be drawing a picture of equal groups. So the next step is to solve the problem. Describe how to act out the problem or solve, or to solve. So first, count out blank counters. So what we're going to do is not count out any counters because you don't have counters at your house. We're going to just draw counters or little circles or even X's, and we're going to put them in the equal groups. So we are going to be making we're going to be making a counter or like a circle in each group until we get to 16, because there's 16 flowers in total, okay? So we have to figure out how many in each vase, but there's an equal number in each vase. So the way that we do that is put 1 in each vase. Technically, these are vases, right? We put 1 flower in each vase until we get to 16. So let's go ahead and do that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. And I stop at 16 because we only had 16 flowers to use. So there's our 16 flowers in our 4 vases. So how many flowers are there in each vase? There's 4 in each vase, right? There's 4 in here, 4 here, 4 here, and 4 here. So there's 4 flowers in each vase. Perfect. I want to show you how to do this problem without drawing a picture. And you will not want to draw, you don't want to have to draw a picture for every problem, right? So I'm going to show you how to solve this problem using multiplication instead of drawing a picture. So I have a piece of scrap paper here that I'm going to show you. Okay, so we already solved the problem. Let's see if we get the same answer with multiplication. And so the first thing I need to do is write a division problem. Okay, so when I'm writing a division problem, I have the total number of objects divided by the number of groups that I'm dividing them into. I had 16 flowers in total, right? 16 flowers. I'm dividing them into 4 equal groups. And I'm figuring out how many are in each group. Well, we already figured out there's 4 in each group, right? But for the sake of showing or letting me show you a different strategy, we know, well, now you're going to know if you didn't know this yet, that division is just backwards multiplication. So this number 4 times this number would equal 16. So what times 4 equals 16? Oh, I already said the answer there. Oh no, well now you already know. But it was basically 4 times what equals 16? And Miss Johnson made a mistake, and I already told you that it was 4, right? 4 times 4 equals 16. So the answer should be 4. 4 in each vase. If you're like, whoa, Miss Johnson, I don't understand how you did that. Well, don't fear, because we're going to do some more problems. And there's nothing wrong with drawing out pictures if you need to. But if you don't want to draw out a picture all the time and you feel, oh no, I'm just making a ton of mistakes today. If you don't want to draw a picture or all the time, you don't want to draw out a picture and you just want to solve it with using multiplication, you can do that too. Okay, so now we're going to do some more problems. And this is going to require you to go get your little math workbook and turn to page P105. So I want you to go get this, and I don't just want you to go get that. What I want you to do is also do 15 burpees and 5 push-ups, along with getting your little math workbook and turning to this page. Ready, set, go. All right, now that you're probably a little bit sweaty because you just did some movement, that is great. Hopefully you have this page, P105 of your little math workbook. We are going to do a couple of these problems together. Now the first one is already done for us and we're not going to worry about it. All right, so the second problem, remember today's story problems. It says, Hero has 36 pictures of his summer trip. He wants to put them in an album. Each page of the album holds 4 pictures. How many pages will Hero need for his pictures? All right, well, this is not enough space for us to solve, is it? No, it's not. Yesterday, when I was working with you guys, some of you guys in my class, I saw people that were drawing little tiny boxes or circles for their groups like this. How are you going to fit X's or circles in there? You can't. You have to draw your groups a lot bigger than that, okay? So it says he has 36 pictures of his summer trip. He wants to put them in an album. Each page of the album holds 4 pictures. Okay, so we don't know how many pictures he needs, but we know that on each page there are 4 pictures. So I'm going to draw groups of 4 until I get to 36. Okay, groups of 4 until I get to 36. And I'm going to have you guys do this with me too. Do not draw little tiny groups because you're going to need to fit those X's in there. So I'm going to draw groups of 4 until I get to 36 because there's 4 pictures on each page. We need to know how many pages. So basically we're saying how many groups of 4 does it take to get to 36? That's what we're figuring out. So 1, 2, 3, 4. There's a page. This is going to take a while. I want you to do this, and I'm going to do it, and then we'll see if we get the same answer. Okay, if you're not done solving this problem yet, pause the video to give yourself some time. If you are done with this problem, hopefully your picture looks similar to mine. So we have 4 pictures in each group until we got to 36. And now I have 9 groups, right? 9 groups. That means that hero is going to have 9 pages of his photo album. Okay, 9 pages. Now, hopefully you got that same answer. Also, we could use this, or we could solve this problem without having to draw this picture. Let me show you how. It says we have 36 pictures in all. The biggest number always goes in front of a division problem. 36 pictures that we are putting onto a certain number of pages, right? A certain number of groups. We didn't know how many pages, so I'm leaving that number blank. But we know that there was 4 pictures on each page. So there's 4 X's in each group. And I can use multiplication to do this because I know that this times 4 will equal 36. So what times 4 equals 36? If you're thinking 9, then you are correct, right? 9 times 4 equals 36. So we have 9 groups, 9 pages, and that's the same answer we got when we drew a picture. But this way, it just took less time. That's why it's really important for you guys to keep practicing those multiplication facts and get really, 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 really good at them because they're going to help you with division. Let's go ahead and do one more problem, and let's solve it with using multiplication first. Let's not draw a picture for this problem first. It says that Katia has 42 crayons in a box. She buys a storage bin that has 6 sections. She puts the same number of crayons in each section. How many crayons does Katia put in each section of the storage bin? So, if we're going to write a division problem to use multiplication to solve this problem, we have to first know that the biggest number will always go first in a division problem. So 42 crayons divided into how many groups? Do we know? Yes, we do know. It says 6 sections. That's like 6 groups, right? The crayon box has 6 little compartments in it. So divided into 6 groups equals how many crayons in each group? Obviously, we don't know 42 divided by 6, but we can use multiplication to help us solve this. We can do 6 times blank equals 42 because these 2 numbers will equal 42. So 6 times what equals 42? You can skip count by sixes and see how many times it takes you to get to 42. So I'm looking at my little poster behind me of the skip counting. I'm thinking of a song in my head. If you're in my class, you'll know the skip counting song. It says 6, 12, 18, 24, 30, 36, 42. I just skip counted by sixes and it took me 7 times to get to 42. So the answer is 7. 6 times 7 equals 42. So that means that if Katia has 42 crayons divided into 6 boxes, there's going to be 7 in each, if she has 42 crayons divided into 6 sections or 6 groups, she's going to have 7 in each box or section. So 7 crayons is the answer. You could have also drawn a picture for this problem. You could have drawn groups, or you could have done this. You could have done 6 groups and put one in each section or one in each group until you get to 42. And you will find that if you did that, you would have 7 in each group. Okay? So that's going to be it for our math lesson today. It was a little bit of a longer one. I hope I kept you, and I hope I kept your interest. Now, if you ever need to look back here when you're doing your Seesaw assignment for some extra help, or you need to rewatch something, that is great. Okay, so I need you now to go work on that Seesaw assignment. There's going to be 2 story problems for you to do, and I know that you will do it. Just try your best and make sure to use a piece of scratch paper to solve your problems, okay? I will see you all next time. Bye.